Hi, this is Dr. Syracuse from World Chiropractic Rochester and World Chiropractic Greece. We're here with Ron, the owner of World Gym and Monroe County CrossFit. He is not only fit, but he's flexible, and he knows the importance of the two. So today we're going to go over the dynamic motions of the shoulder. But as we talked about last video, was the importance of the spine and the nervous system, and how if it's not moving well or aligned properly, it's going to affect your function. How do we know if we're not moving well or aligned properly? You'll feel that stiffness, whether it's the low back, the neck, or even a shoulder. And a lot of times I'll check a patient and I'll just get behind them and I'll raise their arm up like this. And if I feel it restricted right in this area right in here, and on the way up, and you feel any pain on the way up, you may have impingement. And that might need to be looked at, and that's something that I'd love to help you with. So stop in the office or check out World Chiropractic Rochester on Facebook and maybe message me. But today we're going to go over the dynamic motions of the shoulder, and you can do these pre or post exercises, and they're quite helpful. So the first one is huggers. Ron's going to take his arms and he's just going to go back and forth like a swimmer, getting opposite arms switching over, and he's just going to loosen up his shoulders, and it's a dynamic motion to warm his shoulders up. The second one are reachers, where he's going to reach the back of his palms all the way up to the sky as far as he can, and then he's going to bring them on through and bring the backs of his palms on up, stretching the anterior portions of his shoulders. Normally we do that 3 times, and make sure that you synchronize the breath with the motion, inhaling and exhaling. The next one is a swimmer, where he's going to take his arm and do it in a clockwise motion and do it 3 times. And then do the opposite arm, and then go the opposite way 3 times. Okay, and do the opposite motion 3 times, and those are called swimmers. The next one he's going to do is shoulder shrugs. He's going to do 6 backwards and 6 forwards. And he's going to try to breathe through this as he does this motion. He can also do a stirring the soup motion, where he's just going to let his arm go in, and it's not a small kettle, it's not a huge kettle, it's just kind of scraping that edge. You don't need a weight for this, and you can do it in a clockwise and a counterclockwise motion. And you want to do both right and left shoulders. Don't always do the affected shoulder, because you're concentrating on that. Try to make sure. And then when he's done, he can swing his arms like an elephant, and then come on up slowly and let those arms loosen on up. And also, to get blood into the shoulders, he can take his hands out and go in clockwise circles for 20 seconds, and then go the opposite direction 20 seconds. Then he's going to go in that same direction and take his hands and put them down. And then he's going to go in one motion, big circles, slow and easy. Good, for 20 seconds, and then go the opposite direction. That'll really get those shoulders on fire and get them moving right. And then lastly, we have just tilting his head right and then left, and just letting the shoulder on the opposite side, just loosening up his neck, because these traps need some motion. He may even want to let his head go to this side and let it roll down, and then go to the other side and do that exact same stretch, bringing his head right here, letting his hand on the opposite side relax, letting his head roll down, going to the opposite side, letting the shoulder on, and then going back and forth. Getting that, feel that stretch, feel the stretch on the traps, and doing about 6 of those on each side. If you like what you see, stop in at World Chiropractic on Facebook page, World Chiropractic Rochester, or stop in at the office if you see the light on, either at East Avenue or Greece. I'd love to have a complimentary consultation and see what we can do to help you. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.